I'm not one to think technology or screens are damaging our societies and individual mental health. I think that's more of a correlation than causation. They indeed offer remarkable benefits. Social media and the internet have democratized attention to a certain extent. It is still an unfair field, but a little bit more even than before them. Now, everyone has a marketing opportunity in their hands. Movies and shows offer the opportunity for us to step into many shoes, be more empathetic, live lives we don't have or don't even exist, cultivate storytelling and imagination, get inspired, and so on. The internet and places like YouTube offer excellent free education and answers to almost anything we can think of. So no, I'm not here to say the internet is the devil and we were best before its existence. That being said, it has many downsides as well. The one captured in this painting is its addictive trap. They're so stimulating that many worthwhile activities pale in comparison and become harder to do, like meditating, journaling, doing the work, walking, and even having conversation with loved ones. Screens provide us with easy and incredibly engaging escapism. They're very powerfully alluring too. In my opinion, we haven't yet evolved to deal properly with that stimulus level. We even use them to relax, but our brainwaves don't go into relaxing mode, quite the opposite. In other words, our minds don't truly rest when we lay on our couch scrolling through social media or watching a show to unwind. Most of us are overusing these resources for the wrong reasons. And this overuse prevents us from reflecting and assessing those root causes, causing a hard-to-escape vicious cycle. The problem begins when we cannot control how much screen time we consume. Instead of being a source of entertainment, information, inspiration, or marketing, it becomes a method of procrastination, when its use shifts from intentional to mindless, when it chips away from our much-needed rest, when it's stressing us out, when we are using it to compare our bodies, lives, and work to others, when its use is having an overall negative impact, more than positive, on our lives. We know if this is us depending on how we feel afterward. Do you feel regret? Do you feel like you can't control it? Do you feel more unhappy with your reality, more insecure? If you are, that's the media trap, a misuse of an opportunity, and it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. You are responsible for changing how you use it, limiting the amount and/or using it in your favor instead. We all have to evaluate our position in this spectrum honestly. If we feel more on the trapped side, it's important to take the time to understand why. I don't necessarily think we have to vilify the platforms, modern times, or even content creators, since the real reasons we may be overusing or misusing these tools are uprooted within us. The causes are most likely psychological. We might use social media to compare ourselves to impossible standards because we're insecure, scared, or perfectionists. We might binge on Netflix shows because we are unhappy about our lives, works, or relationships. We might be addicted to musicians' blogs because we're frustrated we didn't pursue that path. We might endlessly scroll to avoid our thoughts, feelings, or going within. We might be unable to stop laughing at memes because we're sad, or watching streams every chance we've got because we don't have the discipline to do our work. Regardless of which one it is, we need to do the personal work of understanding ourselves. Take the time to listen to ourselves in whatever shape that might come. Go to therapy, reflect upon our lives, talk with friends, or journal. And then, slowly but surely, create new habits, set boundaries, establish personal rules, work on acceptance, self-care, and self-love, and invest our time wisely, including time for rest and self-reflection. In practical terms, we must gradually start working on the internal root causes of our participation in the media trap. And in the meantime, start changing those habits by either setting alarms, holding yourself accountable by setting a limit with your spouse or family, or even changing the content you consume if that's the issue. I used to follow skinny models with perfect lives on Instagram, watch fashion and makeup tutorials on YouTube, and trendy Vampire Diaries style shows on Netflix years ago. The result was eating disorders, resulting in health issues, associating my worth with the wrong things, having unhealthy expectations of love, and delaying discovering a life that would fulfill me. With age, self-work, and experience, I started to nurture myself. My interests shifted, and now I consume fewer and completely different things. I follow artists I admire, listen to audiobooks, learn about my craft and business with YouTube tutorials, and watch shows and movies that inspire me. I still fall into the trap here and there, but the overall experience is healthier. I am not saying this is easy or that we can achieve it overnight. There's also no judgment. This video and this painting are in your service, or so they hope, to offer a moment of awareness, feel understood, or a visual representation of how we might sometimes feel. Let's all work on being more intentional about our media consumption, both in its amount and quality, since what we consume slowly becomes our influence. Choose who you want to be. Don't let the algorithm suggest it to you. We can't change the times we live in, but we can make the most out of it.